Hello everyone, this is Sandy Reese with Stampacrew.com. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. Thanks for joining me again for another video tutorial. This week we are featuring the Everyday Thanks stamp set, and I'm showing you some different cards you can make that aren't necessarily thank you cards. So today I'm pairing this stamp set, and I'm using the stethoscope here, and the Charming Sentiment set, which I love because it has lots of different things, and I'm just using the Hey There. My son-in-law is a doctor, he's in his residency, and I thought I would make him a birthday card. So I'm just going to use Hey There on the front, you'll see that in a minute. But I'll probably make him an extra card that says Dr. Joey. His name is Joe. His parents call him Joe. His wife, my daughter, and the family call him Joey. So, you know, now he's stuck with it. So I will be putting Dr. Joey where I put Hey There, but I'm going to let you see what the Hey There looks like, and then maybe I'll just write in Dr. Joey. Okay. And then I'll put happy birthday on the inside. So let's get started. We're going to make a different size card today. We're cutting our thick white card base at 4 1/4 by 8 1/4. So it's going to come out as a square card that's 4 1/4 by 4 1/4. And then I'll show you a fun way you can do your envelope if you want. I'm going to have this one open from the bottom. You could do sideways if you wanted, whatever you want to do. All right, I have a layer of black that I am going to put right on top because that's going to make my focal point kind of pop. I go through so much black and white cardstock, it's crazy. So this is 4 by 4. And then I have a piece of balmy blue. I'm going to make this look kind of like Scrubs. So Scrubs is his favorite show, and that's what he wears to work. So, and I'm pretty sure doctors are blue. So if you're making this for a nurse or anyone who uses a different color scrub, just change your cardstock color. All right, I am going to trim just a little bit off this corner. So this is going to kind of make my shirt, make it look like the top of my scrubs. Okay, we don't need that. So it's going to look like this, but I need a shirt under, and this is left over from my sample card. So it's just a piece of white that I cut at an angle. I mean, you could do a whole sheet of white if you want. This was just a scrap from when I was figuring this all out. So I'm going to put that right here. And then before I glue this down, I am going to take my balmy blue ink and do a little sponging. Okay, and just, I'm going to sponge my edges. And you'll see why in a minute. I'm lightly sponging. I know some of you are very heavy spongers. And if you want, you go right ahead for it. I'm not going to do that. But I am going to take, I've got a 1/4 inch strip of balmy blue. It's a long strip. And I am going to lightly sponge the edges. You'll see why in a second. Okay, I'm sure I'm sponging my fingertips as well here, but that's okay. Well, now I forgot where I've sponged. It's hard sponging a little skinny strip of cardstock. Okay, I'm not done with that, but I'm going to set it aside for a sec. And I'm going to glue this right here. And that's going to give me that illusion, you know, that if you've looked at Scrubs, it's got kind of a, I don't know if it's a seam, but you know, it's folded over sometimes, or it looks like it is. Maybe it's just stitched, but I felt like this needed a little bit extra than just the flat edge. And I am not good at that faux stitching, you know, where you do the dotted lines. I can't draw a dotted line to save my life. Okay, before I'm going to go ahead. I'm just going to go for it. Let's glue it together. And I'm sure I could have put this under something stitched. Oh, hold on. That is, I'm cut a little bit small here. That's okay. We're just going to go up. Make sure all of our white's covered except for the neck part right there. All right, now I want to make a pocket. So what I did is I took a Countryside Corner dies, and I didn't use the smallest one. I used the next smallest of the little label. It looks like this, and I'm just going to cut this across, and it looks just like a pocket. Now, if you don't have these dies, just cut yourself a little square and then cut the corners off, and you've got a pocket. I mean, how easy is that? All right, now I'm going to sponge, and the reason I did the sponging, now I can tell you, is because when I put this pocket on, if you don't sponge it, it just kind of loses itself in the shirt. And having this little sponged edge, lightly sponged edge, you know who I'm talking to, lightly sponged edge, makes that pocket stand out so you can see it better and you know what it is. All right, I'm putting just two little edges of dimensionals here. I'm right at the end of my dimensional sheet. I'm going to put it right here. And then because I'm making this for my son-in-law, I'm going to take, let me grab my black Stampin' Write marker, and let me make sure it's going to write nice. That looks good. I'm going to write Dr. Joey right here. I'm not the best writer, but I'm going to just do that. And you can stamp too, and I'll show you that my sample in a minute where I stamped. Okay, now let's grab our stethoscope and some Memento ink. And this, fortunately, doesn't have a whole lot of coloring. I'll give that 1 second to dry, and I'm going to take light smoky slate, and I'm just going to color the stethoscope. I don't even know what color stethoscopes are. I bet you could make it any color you wanted. But I'm going to make mine gray, so I don't have to think too hard about that. And then I'm taking my white color lifter. Now I use this when I have an area, I just want this to be white. So I'm actually just coloring it in, and actually makes it a little different color than the white background. I don't know if you can see that. Right there. Makes it slightly different than the background. All right, now I'm going to cut this out. And to save time, because this is pretty detailed and there's lines, I went ahead and cut it out. Now I cut a little bit of white around the edges, and then I cut right in between. I wanted all of this out, so I did cut to get the center of that heart out. I kind of cut apart there so I could get that center, but that's okay. That's not even going to show. All right, and then what I want to do is hook it on my pocket. Now, this is not a stethoscope that's going to be to scale for this card. But you know what? It's okay. It's okay if it's not to scale, because it's just the idea of what it is that's on the card. And just kind of hanging off the pocket. And now I just put glue kind of right here, and then behind the top of the heart to hold on. And the rest of it is just kind of loose, so it looks like it's hanging there. Isn't that cute? And then I'll stamp happy birthday and write in there. Send him a Starbucks gift card so he can stay awake during the night shift. I'm not even going to put embellishments. Now you could if you wanted. If you have a nurse or a friend that's a nurse that wears flowered scrubs, feel free to use flowered, flowered DSP on there. This is the one, my sample, and I just stamped "Hey There" from the Charming Sentiment set. You could write, you could stamp "Just for You." I would put something fairly small right there. If you wanted to go back and use our go-to greetings that we used last Thursday, you could use, you know, any of these little smaller sentiments, the happy birthday. I'll probably use a big happy birthday for the inside. But that is it. Just sweet and simple, and, you know, something that's a little different than just a thank you card. So I hope you enjoyed today's project. Just remember that if you place an order for $50 or more this month, you will receive a pack of embellishments for free. And who doesn't love free stuff? I know I love free stuff. So I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I will see you back here on Monday, and we're going to do a fun card using lots of colors with the Band-Aid from the Everyday Thanks stamp set. All right, thanks everybody. See you soon. Bye-bye.